This is a great way to carry your instrument. Don't try to open it with the case like this. Instead, set it down like this. The latch is facing you and the logo facing up. If you're pretty sure this is your lid, go ahead and pop your latches. See what's inside. Let's check out what you should have in your case. A neck, a mouthpiece, a neck strap, some reeds, and oh yeah, a saxophone. Take your saxophone out of the case. Take your mouthpiece out of the case. Place the reed on the flat part of the mouthpiece, the flat part of the reed, and line up the tips of the mouthpiece and the reed. Hold it there with your thumb. Now grab your ligature. Notice on your ligature there's a narrow end and a wide end. There's also a set of screws, and underneath those screws is a flat part that's exactly the same flatness as your reed. We're going to stick the ligature on over the mouthpiece and reed. Careful not to chip the tip of the reed, and let the ligature just slide into place. It should be easy. If it doesn't slide into place, you might need to loosen your screws first. If it slides on, we want to go about that far down the mouthpiece. Now we're just going to tighten our screws. Just a little bit, just snug, not too tight. Now, believe it or not, we're ready to make our first sound. Roll your bottom lip over your bottom teeth like this. Place the reed on your bottom lip, about right there. Place the reed on your lower lip, teeth on top of the mouthpiece, lips wrap around. Now blow. You might not get a sound right away, but if you do, it probably sounds something like that. If you're not getting a sound, check that your reed is exactly in line with your mouthpiece. Now that we're done making our first sound, put the cap back on the mouthpiece. Be sure not to chip the tip of your reed with your mouthpiece cover. Notice there's a spot for your ligature screws on your mouthpiece cap. Now grab your neck. That's this piece. We're going to be very careful that we don't squish this mechanism right here. This is called the octave mechanism, okay? When we put our mouthpiece on, notice it's protected by the mouthpiece cap. We're going to grab it, make sure the screws are down, the reed faces down. We're going to put the mouthpiece on the cork just like that. Now, it's not going to go on very easy, so how do we grab it here without squishing the octave mechanism? Well, you got to grab, there's areas on the brass to actually grab and get a good grip where you're not squishing. And you got to find the right spot and then grab with both hands and gently squeeze them together. Okay? And it's simple as that. Now, you're ready to make your second sound on the saxophone. Go ahead and remove your cap. Roll your bottom lip over your bottom teeth. Put the reed on. Put your teeth on top of the mouthpiece. Wrap your lips around the mouthpiece. Blow. You might not get a sound like that right away. In fact, it might sound something like this. Or it might sound something like this. Or it might even sound something like this. Keep trying, don't worry, you'll figure it out. You'll find the sweet spot where you make the right sound. I think you're ready to play the saxophone. Grab your neck strap out of your case. It looks like this. Put it around your neck. Put the cap back on your mouthpiece. I know. Put the neck back in your case in a safe place. Grab your saxophone. I'm grabbing the saxophone by the bell. There are no keys there. There are no mechanisms or buttons or levers. It's just all bell. And so I can grab it like this or I can grab it like this, no problem. So I can hold it up and look at the whole saxophone without touching any of the keys. Now, I'm going to hold it up like this with one hand. I've got a good grip on the bell, and I'm going to find my strap clasp. I'm going to open it with my thumb. I'm going to hook it in there. And now the saxophone is strapped to my body. Okay? Grab your neck, which should already have your mouthpiece and cap on. We're going to leave the cap on for now. Put your neck inside the neck receiver hole. Notice you have a screw right here. If you can't fit the neck in, you might need to loosen that screw just a bit. You should be able to just slip it right in. Notice the octave mechanism. I'm rotating it around, and there's a pin right there. You see that pin? When we put the neck on, we want to make sure that that loop right there contacts that pin. The octave mechanism rides right over the top. Okay? So now that the neck is attached, I'm going to tighten down the neck screw just a little bit, just a quarter turn. That's going to keep the neck from moving around. You don't even need to push any of these buttons down. All you got to do is do the exact same thing you did before. Bottom lip over the bottom teeth. Teeth on top of the mouthpiece. Close the mouth around the mouthpiece and blow. Let's try it. You might not get that sound. You might have something like this. You might have something like this. It might sound something like this. Don't worry, keep trying. You'll find the perfect spot where your sound comes out.